horror fans, once again, it is me, the Horror Miser Monty G. Yeah, and it's been kind of dull here lately because I really don't have any new movies to review because all the theaters are closed. And so while I was sitting here playing Resident Evil, so basically what I have been doing is simply just playing the Resident Evil 2 remake, and an idea hit me on the head. Why am I playing these games? I got all the Resident Evil movies on my external hard drive, so why don't I do a Resident Evil series? I mean, with all the coronavirus going on right here, and we're all in shutdown, kind of in shutdown mode, and we're keeping social distance from each other, so I said, you know what, I might as well just do this like a zombie apocalypse. So here we are. I'm going to do the Resident Evil series, and starting off with the first movie, simply called Resident Evil. Yes. Now, Resident Evil is a 2002 action horror film. It was written and directed by Paul W.S. Anderson. Yes, he's the guy that did Mortal Kombat. And it stars Milla Jovovich and Michelle Rodriguez. Now, I was very excited when they decided to make a Resident Evil movie based upon the popular video game. And I was a little bit nervous because Paul S.W. Anderson, he's not a great director, but, perhaps he learned his lesson. So let's see what I have to say for the first movie in the Resident Evil series, Resident Evil. Now, a special military unit fights a powerful, out-of-control supercomputer and hundreds of scientists who have been mutated into flesh-eating creatures after a laboratory accident. That's basically what the plot of this movie is about. Nothing real simple, nothing real hard to understand about the plot. You got the commandos that come in. Something's going, the AI's going screwed up, and all the scientists had turned into zombies, and they got to fight their way through it. Now, we all know the history of movies based on video games. I mean, remember Super Mario Brothers? Now, when word came out about a movie based on Capcom survival horror game, Resident Evil, I was very excited. At the time, Resident Evil was one of the most successful video games in the market, and everyone was waiting for a movie version of it because we already had Double Dragon, we had Street Fighter, Jean-Claude Van Damme, and Mortal Kombat. So obviously, we were all excited that, hey, let's go on ahead and get a Resident Evil movie out. So Paul W.S. Anderson, who did the Mortal Kombat movies, wrote and directed this adaptation of the video game. So, what we have here is a very different take of the source material. I mean, it's nothing like we've seen, and I would say within the first the first two or three games before this movie came out, we don't have Jill. Well, she'll come in the second one. We don't have Chris. We don't have Barry. We have none of the people from Stardust in this one right here. We do have a mansion. We do have zombies. Yes, but that's basically it what we have right here. And I don't have a problem with that. Now, after a cold opening where the employees are killed in the underground lab after the T-virus breaks out, we're introduced to Alice and a bunch of commandos who break into this mansion. We don't know if it's the Spencer mansion or not. Now, they, along with a cop named Matt, they head down the mansion and take a train leading into the Hive. That's the name of the underground lab, where we find out that the artificial intelligence, namely called the Red Queen, had killed all the employees of Umbrella. That's because the virus broke out, she had to contain it, so she killed everyone. Now again, I don't have a problem with the story that Anderson has written here. That's what some people do. They take some of the aspects of the source material and they create their own story. Now we still have the zombies, we still have Umbrella, we still have the T-virus, so we still have some of the elements from the source material, and we do have some of the monsters as well. However, one of the problems I have with the story, though, is just average at best. I mean, there's no tension, there's no suspense, there's no character build-up at all, no one for the audience to root for or to hate. It seemed like everyone was simply just going through the motions. There's nothing new or exciting here about this film. No, I do like Milla Jovovich here, who plays the lead Alice. Now, other than, I think it's the Fifth Element, we really haven't seen her do much. As far as acting-wise is concerned, I know she's been a model for some time before she got cast in that movie. But I do like her as Alice. When the mission goes wrong, she does take charge. She also is caring when Rain gets hurt and cries during the third act of the film when she really can't save everyone. And so that's the mark of a good leader. Obviously, as the series progresses, we see how great she becomes as Alice. But at this part of the film, we really don't know that much about her. And that's basically it. And no, she's not in any of the games because it doesn't come from the game, but she does become the focal point of the entire film series. It's all based on the Alice character. Now, Michelle Rodriguez, she's okay as Rain, but she really isn't given much to do here, other than to act up and quote some nice lines right there. That seems like that's what all the other performers do here. Now, we do have, I think his name is Simon Caldwell. He's the black British actor. I think he's been in a few James Bond movies. He's okay as a lead commando. He's a leader of that. I like his deep, baritone voice. But I don't know if it's the acting or Anderson's directions, but everyone seems stiff and flat. There's no energy in this film whatsoever. Nothing at all. Now, the main problem with this movie is there's really nothing scary or frightening about this movie. There's really nothing new to add to the zombie genre. Now, you do have to remember, this is before The Walking Dead came about, before the zombie genre took off. I think this was before we had 28 Weeks Later and the remake of Day of the Dead where we had the running zombies. And here, the zombies don't look threatening. Though I thought some of the makeup job was okay. It kind of looks similar to the zombies back in Romero's original Day of the Dead. Now, the best thing they did was the dogs, called Cerberus in the video games, because almost every video game had these dogs that are zombies, and I thought they were the best looking monsters in the film. They would look disgusting and frightening. However, the so-called monster, known as a licker from Resident Evil 2, it's just simply a CGI mess. It wouldn't scare a preteen, let alone true horror fans. It's terrible. Now, I did like the voice of the Red Queen, though. You're all going to die down here. So despite some okay acting and some okay practical effects, this was not a good horror movie. As a matter of fact, it was kind of average. I mean, it's not bad, but just average. I mean, it's like the first Mortal Kombat movie. You could just tell Paul W.S. Anderson direction style. It seems like he's more interested in getting the action and creating a bunch of CGI effects than actually putting some decent acting as some story that makes us care about the characters. It's just flat and terrible CGI. I mean, it's not as bad as Super Mario Brothers or Street Fighter were, but it's average at best. I mean, the movie did make a lot of money on a $33 million budget, made over $103 million, so that's the reason why it got the sequels that it did. But for me, not a nice way to start a video series. It's just average at best. So, I'm going to give the first Resident Evil movie only 2 out of my 5 bloody gold coins. Only going to get 2 out of my 5 bloody gold coins. It was okay. It did something, but average at best. I'm speaking that very likely too. So, my horror fans, I'm pretty sure most of you have seen the first Resident Evil movie. What did you think about it? Did you enjoy it? Or did you think it was terrible, flat, or average? Leave your comments down in your comment section below and tell me what you thought about the first Resident Evil movie. So there you have it, my horror fans. That's my review and video for the first Resident Evil movie. I will go on ahead to continue on with the series. Now, I did review the final movie, Resident Evil, the final chapter, so that will not be included in this series. So I'll do the rest of the series as well. I'm getting ready to watch them. Like I said, I own all the series, so the next up will be Resident Evil 2. We'll have my thoughts about that. Also, as always, if this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. That way you'll be notified anytime when I put up new videos such as this one. Also, all my social media links will be down in the description box below as well. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Monty G, and always remember, horror rules. I'll see you in my next video. I am out, and please stay safe out there.
You're all going to die down here.